Hello guys. So the question for today from Paediatrics is, what is the most common gene mutation in cystic fibrosis? So now cystic fibrosis is a very important topic. It is very commonly repeated. So we need to know everything about this topic. So to remember the mutation, from this fibrosis we get this F, and then the mutation is delta F508. Delta means deletion, then F, then 5 also starts from an F. Then it codes for phenylalanine. PH also sounds like an F. So the mutation is delta F508 position in the codon, which codes for phenylalanine. So now we'll see the pathophysiology of cystic fibrosis. So what this CFTR channel does is it reabsorbs the chloride from the sweat and releases it into secretions of the organ. Then this chloride liquefies these secretions and these secretions become easy to clear off. But now in cystic fibrosis what happens is this cystic fibrosis transmembrane regulator undergoes a class 2 trafficking mutation. So what does a trafficking mutation mean is that this CFTR channel does not come on the surface of the cell. So what happens is the chloride does not go into the secretions. So these secretions stay thick. That is why it is called mucoviscidosis. That is, the mucus becomes thick and it becomes difficult to clear off. So this leads to a variety of manifestations. So first, in the respiratory tract, what it does is that the secretions are not cleared off, so it causes recurrent pneumonia. The most common organisms for this pneumonia are Staph aureus and Pseudomonas. Burkholderia cepacia is very commonly associated with cystic fibrosis. The most common ones are Staph aureus and Pseudomonas, but Burkholderia cepacia is very specific for increasing the mortality in this cystic fibrosis patients. Then the GI manifestations, because the secretions are thick, the stool cannot pass easily. So the meconium, which is the first stool, there is delay in passing the meconium. And then the pancreatic secretions are also thick, so the pancreatic secretions are not released into the intestine, so the fat is not absorbed and the fat soluble vitamins are not absorbed. Then in the biliary tract, the bile becomes thick, although there is no actual obstruction, but because the bile is thick, it is not released into the intestine, so ultimately it causes the features of obstructive jaundice. Then in the genitourinary tract, it causes infertility in males and infertility in females, but due to different reasons. In males, it causes infertility because of bilateral absence of vas deferens, and in females, it causes infertility due to thick cervical mucus. So now we have done the manifestations, and this was because of the chloride not going into the secretions of the organs. But what happens in sweat glands is, in sweat glands, CFTR is responsible for the reabsorption of chloride. So now, because the chloride is not reabsorbed, the chloride in sweat increases, and this is the basis for the diagnosis of cystic fibrosis. Then for the treatment, we have CFTR modulators, which includes potentiators and correctors. Potentiators means that they increase the potential, so they open an existing channel, and correctors means that it corrects the trafficking mutation, that is, it brings the CFTR channel from the cytoplasm to the surface. Now you can tell in the comments the examples of these potentiators and correctors. Thank you. This was the video for today. Please like it if it helped you, and we'll see you tomorrow with another question.